I'm ready whenever you're set.
All right, sir. One step here. State your full name to the judge.
My name is Alonzo Munoz Reese.
All right, sir, do you reside at 112 Phoenix?
That's correct.
All right, and your phone number ends in 4501.
That's right.
All right, the state is alleging two charges against you. One is disorderly conduct and two is criminal damage. Both of those are filed under the domestic violence statute. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 25th of February at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to those charges. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings, and all of those options, as well as the penalty ranges, will be explained to you at the next hearing. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if your address changes. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not have any unwanted contact with the alleged victim. So what unwanted contact means is you're allowed to communicate until the alleged victim requests you not to talk to him anymore. If they do that, you must comply with that request or you're violating my court order and you'll be arrested on that offense. Do you understand that?
Understood.
Okay. You're also not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to go near the location of the alleged offense on that address, but you may return one time to collect personal belongings. You have to do that with police presence. That's called a civil standby. So call the police. They'll accompany you over there. You'll collect your belongings, and then you'll have to leave the premises and not be allowed to go back there until later notice. You're also not to go to the residence located on Bonita Street, 506 East Bonita Street. And you're ordered to go to pretrial services. So what that is I'll provide you a name and phone number to the probation department. You're not on probation, but you are on release services, which means they're going to monitor you to make sure you're abiding by these release conditions. If you fail to comply with the order to contact them, or if you fail to comply with any of these release orders, they'll notify the court and your release can be revoked and you taken back into custody. You understand that?
Understood.
Can you comply with those release conditions?
I can.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
I will.
Okay, I'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all I've got for you then.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bud.
Okay. So he'll be released in about maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes from the jail right next door. So if you guys want to start working on getting those things packed up and ready, then come and get them whenever he's ready.
Okay, one last question. In case he were to get, he decides to go get help, like at a behavioral place, and he stays longer than his court date, do we just need to does the hospital notify the court, or how does that work?
For what?
In case he is like, you know what, I do need help, I
Okay.
need to be admitted, and then he's longer more than
The court date?
yes.
Yeah, then he'll need to notify us to give a continuance. And normally what happens in those cases is the facility that it goes to will send us notice.
Okay.
And they'll say, hey, he's got a court date on this date and time. He's going to be here until this date. Can we ask for a continuance? And then we just issue it depending on that information.
But that's usually like the hospital, the case workers will.
Wherever he's going to, not
Okay.
necessarily the immediate one, but wherever he's going to.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not until February 26th.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good one. Ma'am, can you state your name, please?
Kimberly Hilton.
All right, give me a moment here. The state is alleging two charges against you. One of them is a misdemeanor and one of them is a felony. The felony allegation first is an aggravated DUI charge. And the misdemeanor violation is driving with a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. For the felony, I've scheduled you for a preliminary hearing. That's on February 17th at 4 o'clock. I'll give you a copy of this. And
Okay.
that's to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with that felony, not convict you. If they find probable cause, your case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. If there's not probable cause, then that felony allegation will dismiss. On the misdemeanor violation, I've scheduled you for a court date on the 25th of February at 9 o'clock. That's a different day. And that's called an arraignment, and that's when you'll need to appear in court and be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that driving suspended violation.
Okay.
On the felony, back on the felony, sorry for going back and forth, but they each have different things. There is a possibility that the felony will go in front of a grand jury and you won't be required to have to come to court on the 17th. If that occurs, you'll be notified by mail that you do not need to appear in court. So the best thing for you to do is, regarding the felony only, is to
Okay.
call a business day ahead of time to see if it's still proceeding and get an answer. Okay.
That's the one on the 17th, correct?
Correct. Yeah, the other one's for sure. You have to appear on that one no matter what.
Okay.
But the felony, it could go in front of a grand jury and you may not have to appear.
Okay.
Release conditions are the following: obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any address change, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. On the felony, do not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and do not possess any firearms because it's a felony allegation. On the misdemeanor, the additional release condition is not to drive a vehicle on a public roadway unless you're licensed to do so. Do you understand those release conditions?
Yes, I do.
Can you comply with them?
Yes.
And you'll show up to court as ordered on the dates?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll release you on your own recognizance then. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all I've got for you.
Thanks.
Can you get your walk, please? Thank you, Judge.
You betcha, and I've got one to do in Globe, so I'll be sending this, the paperwork in just a few minutes.
All right, sir, not a problem. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. Hey there.
Good morning or afternoon.
I'll be right with you. Let me just get this call in and we'll get going. Oh, okay. Hi there, Judge Garvin and Payson. How are you?
Judge?
Hey, I'm wanting to see if I can get Randy Zimmer. He's in custody there. He's got some warrants I got to see him on.
Yes, sir. We can get him for you.
All right, the booking paperwork. Oh, never mind. It was correct. Never mind. Yeah, so I'll send you an invite shortly.
Sounds good, Judge.
Thank you. Hello there.
Hi, Judge. We're getting him.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Judge is ready for you.
Well, sir, can you state your name, please?
Randy Allen Zimmer is second.
All right, Mr. Zimmer. Do you have an address?
Yeah,
What is that?
1622 North Cave Creek Road, Phoenix, Arizona. 85032.
Eight 85032.
Yeah.
How about a phone number for you?
No.
Okay. Do you have any email?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, so we're here on three cases. Case 2018 CR 12181. This is a post-adjudication warrant on an original allegation of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Case 2017 CR 12477 is a post-adjudication warrant for domestic violence assault. And then the final case is case 2018 TR 24, and that's failure to pay a fine on a driving suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. Where you left off on this is failed to make payments and then failed to do your domestic violence counseling.
Yes, I was in DOC since, April 20th, I think, until November 7th of last year.
Okay,
I got out, I was out for a month, I completed parole. I had a warrant down in Mesa. I did 30 days in there and I was supposed to get out Sunday, and they hit me with this.
okay. So it's too bad that you didn't notice us about you going into DOC,
Right,
because they have counseling programs in there and you're doing time.
yeah,
We could have got this completed.
right,
I just want to make you aware that on the domestic violence charges, the counseling must be completed. These warrants will never go away. We'll quash them, and then until you complete the counseling. They're just gonna keep chasing you on and on and on.
all right.
So, do you plan on doing it, or do we just need to
Yes,
hold you?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, I do.
all right. So what I'm gonna do on those two domestic violence cases is send you a new counseling order. I know that you started on one of the cases I looked at, and you did a screening, but I don't know if that's too late now or too old.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
might have to start over, but you only have to do the counseling one time to do both cases, so you don't have to do it
Okay.
twice, okay? So I'll get you a new counseling order on that.
Alright.
And then, when did you get out of custody?
I got out November 7th and I went back in January 2nd
Until how long? Until now?
until now.
Okay, all right. So that's why you haven't been able to make payments.
That's
But
correct.
there is some time period before that payments weren't coming in either. Let me give you the total sum of your cases. So on one case, $682 is owed. $952 on another case. And then a total of $806.62 on the other one. So you're looking at, right around $2,000 total.
Okay,
I'm just going to assign you to start making monthly minimum payments of $25.
okay,
First payment is due on the 27th, so I'm giving you 30 days from now.
all right,
Just start a payment plan, okay?
perfect.
Try to be consistent with that so we don't have to reissue any warrants for the payment.
And that goes through the Payson courts?
Correct, yep.
Okay,
And I'll give you the orders on these things. Secondly, once I receive a few months of consistent payments from you, you can ask the court, ask me or another judge to give you some time into consideration for this time that you did in DOC. I know that was for different charges, but maybe we can do something with these fine amounts to get them lowered to get you back on track.
all right,
So, but I won't consider that until I see some consistency from you, that you have good intentions,
right.
okay? So the two things that are required are for you to sign up for the domestic violence counseling. Do you have to go anywhere from here, or are you released after here?
Released after here.
All right, so I'm gonna give you 1 week to sign up for the counseling.
Okay,
I don't know if you have insurance. If you don't, one of the places of the two options that we have here in Payson will take access insurance and one will not. So you'll wanna figure out if you're gonna need to get access insurance or not if you don't have insurance, okay?
all right,
That way you can afford the classes that are required.
all right.
So I'll get that going. I'll get that order out to you. I got you set up on a payment plan, and I'm gonna release you from custody with your promise that you'll do those things. Do you promise to do those?
I promise you.
All right, Mr. Zimmer, I don't want to see you back here for the same causes. I understand the time, so I'm giving you benefit of the doubt on that, and that's why we're kind of resetting here, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, that's all I've got for you.
Thank you.
And who would you like me to email these to?
Judge, if you could do both B. McDaniel and C. Smith,
Will do, okay.
and he's getting released, Judge?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, you bet.